And hello and welcome to another video. On today's video I'm gonna be working this 2017 Nissan Rogue. What I'm gonna be working today is upgrading, replacing this old, slightly outdated console. A lot of things over here that no longer used, like the CD player. I know some people probably still use it, but my friend doesn't use it, so I'm gonna be replacing this, taking this all out and replacing it with some much better, more modern looking, but I got something new, so let's do a quick unboxing. This is actually a second installment I'm doing from this company, FBINSE. I did a similar install on my friend's truck Toyota, and this is a new unit. This looks much better. Of course it comes with all the wiring, with all the connections, has an extra camera, all the wiring connection over here, a GPS module, so it's actually gonna have a GPS built in. And just look at this screen, what a difference it is. Looks so much better. Have few connections over here to make, but this should be pretty easy to connect. And just look at the difference, guys. An old outdated little screen, which is not even a 1080p, to much bigger 10-inch screen. This is gonna look amazing over here, guys. So first let's start by removing and disassembling all of this. First we're gonna start by removing climate control. For that it's very easy. You have to just pull it from the bottom and it's gonna pop out. Now we have two bolts right here holding the unit, so we have to unscrew them. We have to pull this side out. There's gonna be another bolt over here, and if I'm not mistaken there's gonna be another one over there, so we carefully have to remove this as well. Screws over here, we have to remove them, so let's unscrew them. Just be careful, don't drop them inside, because then you have to spend some fun time fishing for them. Alright, so now that's out of the way, we have to pull this piece out. There's gonna be another screw over there. Just carefully start prying it from the bottom. There we go, very easy. And pull it to the side, and then there is another screw over there. Let's remove that screw. Okay, don't drop it. Now with the provided pry tool, they'll come with a new head unit. Start prying it over here, this piece, and start popping it out. It just hold on few body clips, so be careful. I mean, it's gonna sound like it's breaking, but there we go. And you probably don't even have to take it all out of the way. This should be enough to reach the screw, so let's unscrew it. And let's carefully remove it as well. So all the screws are out. We have 4 screws. We can gently push and pry the whole unit out. Alright, and let's pull it out. Look at this big beast over here. It has a built-in CD player, so it's pretty big, pretty bulky. Pull it forward. And now we can start unplugging all these connections over here. And okay, all the pins are out, just have to push on them and pull them out. Now just look at the difference of this screen and this screen. What a difference. And this of course is much slim design, there's no CD player or anything. Now let's get our old connections, all the wiring, all the pigtails, and let's start assembling this all back together. Now we're also gonna disconnect the climate control. Just 2 plugs over here. No big deal. Just keep in mind that this is for climate control. Now we're gonna disassemble and remove these few screws holding it, and we're gonna move this unit over here. Okay, so now that all 4 screws are out, we can carefully pull everything out. Let's remove the middle part and let's put it in here. Slides right back in place. There is 2 little pins over here holding it from the side, so carefully pull them out. And now you can remove the whole thing out, and let's move it over here. And this is so easy, I'm not even using the bench, I'm doing it right here in the car. Very easy. And let's screw this back in place as well with the same screws that we took out from the original unit. Just be careful, don't screw it too hard, this is just plastic, you don't want to strip the plastic. And just like that, all the climate control and the passenger lights are transferred over to the new head unit, and it looks pretty great. So now let's get our old pigtails and start reconnecting all of these wires with provided pigtails to our new head unit. Looks like there is a lot of cables and wires over here, but based on the previous installation of the similar unit on the RAV4, in this case they provide you with all the necessary wires, with all the necessary plug-in connections. You don't have to cut any wires, you don't have to do any splicing. All of them just plug and play pretty much. We do have an external microphone, so that's I'm actually gonna run a wire somewhere over here and leave the microphone here. We have the external GPS unit, which we're gonna connect over here, and the unit I'm just gonna hide it somewhere inside here, so that's pretty good too. And then all of these wires and all of these plugins are basically gonna be interconnected between here and all of these units. So I'm gonna try to show you guys step by step. But first I'm gonna spend some time and just get the wire over here. Now to get the wire over here for the microphone, I'm gonna do a very easy thing. I'm just gonna tuck the wire underneath over here. Then I'm gonna hide the wire behind the weather strip, going all the way down. I'm gonna make a turn over here, put a couple of zip ties, hide it underneath over there with something, and then I'm gonna be able to bring the end of the wire over here, just snake it, just pass it through. There is openings over there, and I'm gonna get the wire over here. So that's gonna be very easy as well. And just like that, passing the wire underneath the weather strip, very easy, you cannot even see it. And now I can actually go somewhere over here and bring it across. Okay, so I have the wire all over here. Now I use a slightly harder cable. I pushed it inside there, attach it with electrical tape, and now I can able to get all the wire over here. Very nice. Now I'm gonna hide this wire, put a couple of zip ties underneath, and the microphone wire, as you can see, is done. The microphone is in place. Okay, so now let's start plugging in all the wires. Now we have these two plugs over here, and it's easier to identify them. One of them on the bottom, on one of the side. The pins on the side over here and over here are like a double pins, and that's for here, so we can slide this in here, and the other one is gonna slide in here. All right, so this is done. Now this pin, the gray one, is even color coded, so that splice goes into here just like that. Nice. So now we have just these couple of cables to connect. This one I'm gonna splice with the black one, and unfortunately this doesn't have any lock in here, so I'm gonna use electrical tape and tape this all up so this doesn't come off, just like that, and this is secured. Now we gotta make sure we connect this microphone, so this has to go in here. Just have to make sure you push this all the way in until it clicks. That's it. Now all of this connection is for external audio, video and subwoofers, which we currently not going to be using. So for now I'm gonna just tape this all up so it doesn't bounce around, but the microphone has to be connected over here. GPS unit, it has adhesive tape, so I'm gonna just peel it off and I'm just gonna glue it over here, just like that. And the wire gonna hide it inside. So now this can be connected over here. Now also coming from this plug, we're gonna use this wire. This has to be for our backup camera. I'm pretty sure this is for the backup camera, so I'm gonna connect this, as this plug has to be connected in here. There we go. The good thing about all this connection over here, they only go one way, so there is no way for you to mix it up. So okay, so now let's try to connect all the wires. We're not gonna be using these three cables, so these ones I'm gonna put tape all around them so this doesn't touch any metal, and push them to the side. Now let's start reconnecting all this. These two cables, this is for the internal fan, so this has to be connected just like that. Now I wish this cable was not here. I wish this was done internally, just getting fed from the unit itself, but it is what it is. So let's start reconnecting everything. So the microphone is gonna go here. So this main power lead has to be connected in here. So let's get that unit connected. This wire has to go in this 4-pin connection in here, just like that. The antenna wire, make sure it goes all the way in. The camera wire, once again I'm gonna put a tape around here so it doesn't move around. All of this I'm gonna zip tie, put tape around it. And now these two wires have to go in here. There we go. Now also don't forget we have to connect this wire over here, which is 3 wire in there. We're gonna be connecting this to this plug. It slides in. Okay, this is important. This is for our sound system, and it's gonna be, and this is gonna be connected color to color to these two cables, which is auxiliary in over here and over here. Now the last thing to interconnect, there's actually this blue wire connected label amp, and this one amp coming from the harness, and this is coming from the unit. We actually need to splice them together. I wish there was a plug, but it's okay. So just gonna strip them and just gonna splice them together. So now I'm gonna connect the climate control and gonna test if it works or not. Alright guys, before I assemble everything back together, I'm gonna test it, gonna power it up, make sure all the functions work first. I might have to switch some wires around, but even right that is already looking pretty good. So let's start the car. Now it's gonna take a minute for it to power it up, but there you go. It's already powering up. And there you go guys, the unit is up. Initial power up took some time, but it's working. So just right now I put it in reverse and it's working. The reverse works, unfortunately all in Chinese over here, and 360 view is kinda looking weird, but maybe I can do something about it. Maybe I can do some adjustment, maybe I can fix something. But so let me play with it. I know it's just a first power up, but let me play with it. Put everything together. You gotta keep in mind that this is a slightly different design now. Now there is a pin over here, which before this was separate units, so we can put this and then this at the end. So now we have to kind of assemble this at once. So just line everything up, line up all the pins and work your way plugging everything in place. And all those screws that we removed, we're not using this because this has been held by all the pins. It just locks it in place. There you go guys, the unit is installed. It looks pretty great. It looks great, the much bigger screen. So let's power it up. Okay, it has some preset music over here and it's playing. I had to mute it. I'm gonna probably try to play something else, but it works. Now because we have auxiliary cable connected, if you were to use a phone or something, you can connect it to auxiliary port over here, connect it, let's say, to your phone. Now there's a lot of options over here. Of course, there is a lot of applications. You can go Google Chrome, you have Google Maps, music, video, Bluetooth, YouTube, car settings, screen image, AV in, if you have some audio input, the music preset, subwoofer, equalizer. There is a lot of settings over here. Alright guys, the unit is on. I already played with it just a little bit. I changed the preset, the settings, the theme. But if you go to over here, there is a lot of different themes to pick up and they all look pretty nice. And if you connect to the internet, you can get even more. But for now, I'm just gonna leave that over there. If you go to car settings, over here you can select all kinds of settings as well. Your region, the rear mirror, auxiliary, illumination, reverse lines, nice and basic stuff. Screensaver, not gonna do anything to it. Sound, can adjust the sound. Okay, factory settings. Now we're here in the factory settings. If we go and put 6 zeros, that's the default password, press enter. Now we're here, we can select and choose all kinds of different stuff as well. But for the most part, for now, I'm just gonna leave it as it is and gonna touch it all later. One thing though, I'm gonna go and adjust the time and date, because the time and date is wrong. So let's get in there. Let's go to the system, time and date, gonna adjust it over here. So now gonna play with it and change the settings as well. Now just to test two things out, let's play with the climate control, and as you can see, everything works. You can adjust everything still works. So that's pretty good. If we put it in reverse, the backup camera comes up, the 360 cameras comes up as well. Unfortunately, we have this in Chinese over here, but that's all right. It is what it is. And you can also toggle around. You can see the side and a top view again. You actually have a front camera as well. You can view that as well, and you can turn it off as well. So far everything works pretty good. Now let me try to play some music on it. I'm gonna go ahead and connect my phone to it. It's connected. There we go. Music is connected, so it works wirelessly. The Android Auto works, no problem. So let me try to play some music on it right now. And it sounds pretty good, guys. It sounds good. And as you can see, the steering controls are working as well. Wow, that has some a lot of oomph to it. Sounds really great. The sound quality, I feel like, is way better than on the old unit. So now if I was to make a phone call as well, I'm pretty sure it's gonna work. And we have an external mic over here, but if you don't want a battery resist, it has the internal mic, and for the most part it works just as good. So let me try to make a phone call, and it's ringing. It's working as well. There you go, guys. The sound works, the reverse camera works, all the connections, the steering control works, phone works, everything works, and it sounds pretty good, and it looks amazing as well. So I'm pretty sure my friend's gonna be happy with this new, much bigger, much brighter, much better screen. So to install it was not too hard. It didn't take too much long of a time. It took me about an hour to do the whole installation, maybe an hour and a half plus, because I was recording, so it always takes longer, but this all works. The microphone works. I'm very happy how everything looks much better, much nicer. And there you go, guys. The installation is complete. Everything is done within about under an hour. So if you guys have any questions regarding this unit, how to wire up or anything, let me know. I'll try to help you. But the wiring, everything is pretty much plug and play. Very easy to set it up. So I hope I didn't miss any important steps, but I feel like everything is covered. And I didn't go too deep into the settings of the unit because it's pretty common knowledge, and you just adjust it to your best liking, how you want the screen to look and everything. But like I said, the most important, all the important functions are remaining. The steering control works, the reverse camera works, the sound is amazing. As I power up the car, it powers up in no time. We have Chrome, we have radio, music, videos. The video quality over here is pretty great. It's like, I feel it's a 4K. Hopefully the reflection is not too bad and you can see it. It's a demo video in here, but it looks great. So if we go back, like I said, we have Google Maps, file management settings, we have a YouTube as well. So if we go to the YouTube and you connect it to the internet through your phone connection, you can actually watch videos over here, but I will not recommend it to do it while you drive. You can do it once you park. We have sound settings over here, so you can adjust to what sound you like. I usually leave it on the rock settings. So yeah, everything works, guys. So on this note, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you might find it helpful, and as always, until next time, everybody, bye.